Hi, welcome to 2 Minutes with Hull and Hull. I'm Ian Hull, and I'm going to continue with my mini-series on the very important planning decisions that you have to make in your life, and that being who is going to be in charge when you're incapable, and of course, when you pass away, or when you have created a situation where you have a living, live trust. So, on the question of powers of attorney, last Hull and Hull TV, I spoke about the concept of your attorney in the context of powers of attorney for property. Today I want to talk about the choice of power of attorney for personal care. And in that regard, I want to talk about the unique elements of the personal care appointment. This is someone who will deal with the ongoing personal care decisions when you are unable to do so, when you are incapable of doing so. And these are, of course, decisions such as things like shelter, things like decisions to be make medication in a hospital, things like the care that you're going to move to from the hospital if you are injured and what kind of facility you're going to move to. It is in part fed by the power of attorney for property. So sometimes people have the same people. But lots of my clients say, look, my daughter is much better with money. I want her to look after my money. And my son, you know what, he has more time. He'll look after the personal care decisions. He'll be the one talking to the attending physicians, the one dealing with the nurses and knowing a bit better about what is going on a day-to-day basis to help inform the decisions. Because, of course, the power of attorney for property has to pay the bill. So if a decision is made by the power of attorney for personal care to move to a facility that you simply can't afford, then the power of attorney for property can be the heavy and say, well, of course, that would be nice to have you go to, but we can't afford it. That's the kind of illustration where they intertwine together. But I think the important thing is to understand that there's a very different role, and sometimes, because of the very different role, you consider a different individual for property as opposed to personal care. So these are really important decisions and ones that we want to have thought through before we sit down and simply sign up on documentations and powers of attorney for ourselves going forward. So thanks so much for joining me for 2 Minutes with Hull and Hull.